Hey guys, welcome back. It's I Never Played Before, and today I'm going to be doing a video on something I noticed in the Pokemon community. A lot of PokeTubers have been coming out with videos on how to invest or how to flip Pokemon cards on eBay. And a lot of them will use examples where they're starting off with like $50 to $100. And I'm here to kind of, and nothing against them, but not dissuade you from it, but get the full picture. Because the ones that I watched, at least, I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but the ones I watched, at least, did not include the full picture. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to start off with $50 and try to flip Pokemon cards, you're going to have a hard time. You're not going to make any money. There's almost zero way that you can start with $50, go on eBay, buy a card, and then even if you get it for an amazing deal, like 30-40% off of street value, where you can turn around and sell it right away, you will make nothing on it. There's no two ways about it. And here's a couple of the reasons why. So like let's say, for example, let's say you even have $100, and you want to buy a card. Like, I'm trying to think of a good card. Let's say Armored Mewtwo. Let's say you pick up an Armored Mewtwo for, and I'm not sure exactly what the going rates are right now because they keep going up and up and up, and I haven't looked at them recently. But like, let's say it's valued at $100. You can sell it no problem with the $100, and you get it for 75. And it's in perfect condition, near mint. That's what they both will sell for. Near mint to near mint. So you got it for $75. You got it for 25% off. That's really good. And they're selling $100 all day long. So you pay your 75, right? So then let me get my calculator out. I'm from PA, so you have $75. You got to pay 6% sales tax. That's $4.50. So now you're at $79.50. Okay, $79.50. That's you still got $20. That's a good chunk of change. All right. So you get the card in the mail, everything worked out for you, which you have to take in consideration. It doesn't always work out for you. You'll get something, and they're not near mint like they said they were, and then you have to either return it or like ask for partial. And if it for whatever reason it wasn't near mint, there's no way you will get that $100 you're asking for, even if they do give you a partial refund, like or you return it, then you're just out of time and money, which is the biggest factor in this is the amount of time then that it would take too. But I'm going to even exclude that part of it. Like, even if you value your time and you're only doing it as a hobby, the flipping part of it, we're going to keep that part out, and you'll still almost make nothing. And if you do make anything, it's not going to be substantial. So all right, so we're at $79.50. You get the card in the mail, and everything lines up. You list it on eBay, and you sell it for $100. Sweet, you made $20, but you didn't, because then you got, let's say, if you're looking at that price point, you should not probably be sending it in the mail. You should do it tracking, and you'll do it first class, because that'll be the cheaper option. If you do priority, you're looking at $8 to $9 probably to ship it. But if you do first class, between eBay gives you a discount on the shipping, but it'll be probably still be between $3 and $5 to ship the card. But we'll do 4. So 79.50 plus 4. I don't know why I'm putting this in the calculator. Probably just so it's there. Because there'll be a little bit more to it. So now you're at $83.50. So you're at $16.50. That's still pretty good. Now the card's sold. Okay, I had a little bit of a thing there. I accidentally closed out the app, but so the card sold for $100. So now you're gonna have to pay. There used to be eBay and PayPal fees. Now they joined it together on eBay, but I think it's like 13%. They said they excluded processing fees for not for PayPal, but they secondary payment processing fees. So you would only have to pay the final value fee that's eBay is, which I think for trading cards is like 10%. I don't know. It's always way higher than it seems like it should be. So take that into consideration too. Like, I remember I was like, oh, it's like 10%, and then like whenever I got billed, it was always more than 10%. I could never figure out why. So I think they tacked on. There's just so many little things they tack on. But let's just say 12% because PayPal before was like 5%. So it was like PayPal 5%, and then eBay was like 10%. So it was like 15%. But I think it's 12%. So that's $12. So then you add another $12. Now you're at $95.50. You made $4.50 on a very good snipe on eBay to be blunt. And it's not over yet because here's where, and people just don't realize this. And now, so if you're doing this and you're selling cards on eBay, you know, most of the time you don't have to pay income tax if it's something you bought and and you're reselling it, but you bought it with not intentions of reselling it, then technically you don't have to claim income tax as long as it's under like a certain amount or something like that. So and you know, there's a lot of things to go with that, but like, so if you have a Pokemon collection and you're starting to sell it off, that's fine. You're probably not going to be subject to income tax, but you might be, and so you have that to take into consideration. But we'll leave that out of it too, and you're still not done because you had to buy. And if you have a business structured, you can do these as tax write-offs, but there's still things to take into consideration. You have to buy. You know, you're gonna have to buy your bubble mailers to ship. You have to buy stamps for if you do it that way. What else is there? There's a lot. Tape, paper, ink. Ink is really expensive, and that adds up quick. You know, when you start printing off and doing a lot of sales, you know, that'll add up quick. So now you didn't make any money right there. You got something for 25% off, and you made, if anything, maybe like $1 or $2 for that. I mean, that's if you're lucky. And you got to think too. On top of this, you know, and again, people don't realize this too. You're sitting on a lot of capital. You're almost not gonna flip it. Like unless you're doing raw cards, there's like no way to flip it really quick and make anything. If you're trying to flip it quick, you're not going to make anything. It's plain and simple. And you kind of saw that a lot with the Champions Path Elite Trainer boxes. Maybe there was some people that were making a little bit in the beginning when the hype was crazy, but now that the hype's dying down, those people selling those Champions Paths for $70, all they did was make it more expensive for you to buy, and they're not going to make anything because they paid $50 retail price plus tax, $56, and then they're shipping it, and that's like $10 to ship an Elite Trainer box, and then the eBay fees or whatever. Facebook doesn't have fees, so if you want to get around that fees, you can do that, and maybe you'll make some money. But then you got risk, a lot more risk if you're doing like friends and family over Facebook and somebody or through one of these like Discord things. And if you have a good relationship with somebody, then that's a good option to do. I've done it before with people, and it saves some money, but you have to like build that trust up and stuff with that, and you're not going to be able to do that for everybody. And if you're trying to flip it quick, you're probably not going to know somebody that's looking for that particular product. I mean, there's possibility, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. And I think that basically concludes everything I wanted to kind of you know, touch up on. And like I'm just kind of trying to warn people, like, if you watch something and it sounds really good, there's more to the story to it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but you have to be prepared to sit on a lot of capital as well. I didn't finish that whole thing about sitting on capital. So you get the raw card, and there's a couple options. You can resell the raw card, and you know, you'll set it. It might sit on eBay for a couple weeks, a month. At $100, like I said in that example, it was selling all day long for that, so it probably wouldn't have to sit on that. But you know, one thing that people do, and what I do personally, that helps make a little bit more money, is I'll send it off to get graded. And if you send it off to get graded and most of those aren't bought cards, because if you buy them and they're like near mint on eBay, they're not going to get 10s, and then you're going to be sitting with a bunch of graded 9s, and they're not, people don't typically buy those. They just, they'll sit a lot longer than any kind of 10s, whether it's PSA, GMA, it doesn't matter. The 9s will sit a lot longer and the margins will be way lower. But for instance, I use GMA because I like the turnaround time. It's really, really quick. But if you're sending off to PSA, you're probably going to be sitting around with capital tied up for like months. And then you're going to get it back and you're going to have to list and wait for a very long time. And basically what just happened now is there's a whole bunch of people doing that at once. So they're going to start getting all these grades back from PSA. And a lot of those people, I don't think were prepared to be sitting on that kind of capital. They were only doing it to flip it and get money. And so they're going to get all these cards back and they're going to be trying to compete with each other. And it's bringing prices down, which is fine. That's normal, especially with how quick it escalated and went up. But these are things you got to be prepared to do. Like, I'm sitting on a lot of capital in cards, and they sell slowly. But over a year, some of the cards, I mean, I don't have them all listed. I'll just like list them here and there. I think the biggest thing is to not try to flip it, and rather look at it more as like a long-term investment, where you buy it, you list it, you know what price you want, and you put it up for that. It could be like way above market price, and just wait for the market to catch up to it, you know. And if it does, great. If not, make sure you're only buying stuff that you plan on holding, because if you're not willing to like have it as a hobby and hold on to it, you're gonna sell it, and you're gonna sell it for way less than what you should, and then you're gonna hurt. You're just gonna waste your time, your money, and it won't be good. So I know right now there's a couple cards that I have that I've been trying to sell, and they haven't been selling, but there's stuff that I want, like I don't mind in my collection. Like I want those cards in my collection, and the only way I'd be willing to sell them would be at that certain price. So keep that in mind. I think that pretty much covers everything now. I know I did before, and then I started rambling on, and it's because I thought about this stuff, but I didn't really like write notes or anything like that with it. I just figured I'd kind of like come in here and wing it, but I wanted people to know, and I hope that you guys see this. And if you have any questions or anything like that, you can always reach out to me, and I could try to help. I'm not like a huge store or anything like that, but I do have cards listed for sale. If you want to check them out, you can check them out down on my eBay store. And I'm not trying to discourage you if you're looking into it. Just realize $50 to $100 isn't going to do anything for you, and if you just do like one card at a time, you're just going to lose money on it. So I appreciate you guys watching it, and if you have any feedback, leave it down below. Thoughts? Did I miss something? It's possible I missed something. I kind of just flew through this quick. Maybe there's opportunities that are better than that 25%, but usually I would say you're probably not going to find anything like half off, and if you do, they're going to be like the lower end cards, in which case you're not going to make any money on either, because percentage wise matters a lot more the higher value the card is. Excuse me. If you're getting like 50% off a $1,000 card, yeah, great, do it for sure. But if you're getting 50% off like a $10 card, doesn't matter, because right off the bat the shipping will just wreck that deal. So again, appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and always, if you would like and subscribe, appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.